and assess Roger's personality. Which of these dimensions best characterize Roger Rabbit? We can also do it with Eddie Valiant, but I think Roger is the more interesting of the two characters in the scene. I love this scene. How would you rate Roger in extroversion?
High.
Off the chart. That's what happens with animated characters. If you want to have a cinematic, rather a visual association with the notion of extroversion and introversion, Roger is on the far left of the scale. How does he do in emotional stability?
Well.
Yeah, he doesn't. Well, he is worried, is he not? Because the Toon Patrol, the weasels, are after the rabbit because he's been accused of killing his wife, and those weasels that arrived are the ones that are trying to get him. On agreeableness, where would you rate him? This is not as easy as the first two.
High.
What do you think? Would you put him in the middle? Because he's not really rude and cold. Toward the end, you could see that Roger has some feelings. He cares about his wife, of course, and he wants help from Eddie to protect him from the weasels. Conscientiousness.
No.
Yeah, he's in this scene especially. Now, there's other scenes in the film that would characterize him somewhat differently, but just stay with what you see here. And he's possibly on the low side. Now, how about openness to experience? Take care of that one. Anybody? Go ahead. Don't look at the description at the end of the chapter. Oh, it's not in there. Sorry. Where would you put him? Is he a curious little bugger? Is he conventional? I'm going to suggest that he's on the high end, and it plays a role in the film. And if you haven't seen the film, obviously you're not going to have that information. But he appears, for example, in the early part of the scene when Eddie Valiant asks him, "How did you find me?" approximately, he lists off all the people that he spoke to. Went to the greengrocer, blah, blah, blah. Oh, and the guy at the liquor store knows where you live because Eddie Valiant is an alcoholic and he can trace him. Okay. The Breakfast Club, Bizflix, I want to comment on it. It's in the stuff that you have. If you have your book, your textbook, you can go to page 117 and see the analysis that I wrote of the Breakfast Club. And I want you to tell me, if you have it and you're familiar with the film, which person is absent? John Bender, played by Judd Nelson, is the high extrovert, the guy with the jacket, kind of a gang type of fellow. Brian Ralph Johnson, played by Anthony Michael Hall, is the brain. I think that's what the nickname was for him. Allison Reynolds, played by Ali Sheedy, is high in extroversion, and she was the one who made the sandwich with the sugar and poured it all on and smushed it down and ate the sandwich. This is the lunchroom scene that is in here. And Claire Standish, played by Molly Ringwald, is the other one. Who is missing?
Emilio Estevez.
Yes. Emilio Estevez was the jock, Andy Clark. And he refused to sign an authorization to let us include him in the edited sequence. We had to take him out. So if you're familiar with the film and you look at this scene, you will find that it doesn't match the film because he is not there. So, have any of you seen it? I mean, this is almost like It's a classic as far as I'm concerned.
I watched it like 10 times in a row.
10 times in a row?
Yeah. It was my final project for my social class. I had to really evaluate every scene of the movies.
Oh.
Constantly.
It's an excellent film, and and Andy Clark, as the character, played an important role in the interaction of the 5 people. But we had to take him out. He just wouldn't sign. He doesn't want to be associated with this film. He feels better with some of his later work, whatever that is. Okay, we're going to quit, and next week we go on to a topic that I hope that you're open about, ethics. And in doing the reading and thinking about it, please reflect on yourself as to whether you believe that you behave ethically in multiple situations. See you then.